Welcome to your new favorite band, the podcast brought to you by the LA Maybe. And now, your hosts, Dallas Dwight.
Yeah, fuck that. You guys have all seen it. We are the LA Maybe. Welcome back to your new favorite band. This is the bonus episode, y'all. That's where we do crazy shit like turn off the intro halfway through because we feel like it. Right? I'm Dallas Dwight.
That's exactly what we do.
With me as always, you just saw him right there, folks. The one and only. Well, you say it.
Drizzle.
Silvera.
Or Salvero, just depending, you know.
Just depending on your mood.
Yeah, or the week, you know.
Yeah. How are you today, Driz?
I'm good. I'm actually really good.
Little do you guys know, we'll let you in. You know, the bonus episodes, the uncut episodes, anything for you VIP guys is where we let you guys in behind the scenes. And we'll let you know that we actually have our weekly band business meetings before this. We record this podcast every week. So we just got out of a particularly long one that we're excited about.
Yes, very excited. And we're talking about dates, you know.
We're talking about dates. We're talking about future. We're talking about marriage, kids, all the big stuff, my guys.
And Europe.
Europe, yes.
And Alabama.
God, I hope we make it.
It's like, yeah, we're talking about Europe and and Alabama.
Also Huntsville, Alabama. Do you want to go to Paris, France? Or would you like to go to Biloxi, Mississippi?
I'm going to go Biloxi, Mississippi.
These days, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
At least for a little bit.
Nothing against France, you know. But
nothing against France, just everything against France.
Yeah. It's just I just have a thing against women that don't shave, you know.
Oh, really? Okay, well, speak for yourself.
I can deal with a hairy cooter. I can't deal with hairy legs and armpits.
Legs are a weird one. Legs are a weird one. Also, don't say cooter. That's horrific.
It's horrific.
That's one of the worst ones I've ever heard.
I'm talking about like. So, for those of you who don't know,
I went down a rabbit hole. By the way,
if you're a female and you sit down on the ground and you scoot forward, like so, it's called the coot scoot. Yeah, and you got to do that coot scoot.
Oh, and you made the rap song, but. See, all I can think about when you say it is "Coot Scootin' Boogie."
No,
that's what I think of.
No, you got to
think
that
song.
You got to think, dude. I can't remember, but I know the song, like, because my mom definitely listened to that a billion times while I was a child.
Right,
but,
same.
Yeah,
that's the music I came up on.
Yeah, same.
Growing up in the car, because my family was never really into music. I'm the only one in my family that does anything related to music, so it was kind of weird. But it was like Tim McGraw, Alan Jackson. My first concert was Tim McGraw, I think, actually. I've seen a lot of those country guys live when I was really little, and I have no real memory of it. What I do have a memory of, you'll like this. I saw Rascal Flatts at my state fair.
Oh, shit.
So, like, way before they were big. Like, their first album was out. And I guess they were on the way up, obviously, but they were not a big act with a ton of hits and albums and stuff.
Yeah, so that would have been, what, early 2000s?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, really early 2000s, yeah.
I also saw Skillet at my state fair. I've seen a lot of cool acts. Daughtry, that was fun, dude. He was good. Those are the ones that come to mind.
You know, my first concert I saw that wasn't in a church.
What?
Was still a Christian artist.
That's hilarious. So still kind of counts.
Yeah.
Was it like a Chris
It was Reliant K, and I'd been wanting to see Reliant K for forever.
Were they as good live, or what? You were really young. Do you remember?
I was like, dude, I was 13 or 14.
But were you old enough to know like these guys are good live? Were you playing guitar yet?
Yeah, I was playing guitar. Yeah.
Okay. So you were probably already pretty good.
I was okay.
Like if you were anything like me, like I got pretty decent pretty fast. And then it's been like kind of all incremental from there. Like I hear recordings of myself at like 17, 18, and I started at 12, and I was like, oh, okay. Like the foundation was there pretty quick. It was just all the like actual hard work and details and timing and phrasing and all that stuff. That is still obviously a big work in progress. But
yeah, for me, it was kind of really, I think 17 was when I turned that leaf, like going to the next level. Like,
yeah, it's probably
so I remember.
When did you start? 12?
Yeah, so I consider when I seriously started playing like 13 and a half, 14 years old.
Oh, 12, so you started a little later than me.
12 was, I started picking up a nylon string acoustic by the time I was like 9 or 10 years old.
I started with an acoustic at like 8 or 9.
But I only knew like 3 or 4 chords, and that's all I ever strummed.
I think I told you and maybe the podcast this, but I did the acoustic for a little while and hated it, so I didn't do it at all. Gave up, and then few years later, 4 years later, whatever, got an electric, and that's when I.
Well, when you're homeschooled and you have no friends, acoustic, a nylon string's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know if that was good or bad. But concerts, Reliant K, they were good?
Yeah, no, they were good. And that was my first, and that was back when I lived in Las Vegas. So I would say that was like my first.
So you weren't in LA that long then?
No,
like
no.
For your life?
No.
You were born and then what? You're gone by like what, 8, 9?
Yeah, I wasn't even born in LA.
You were born, I don't remember.
Yeah, I was born in the high desert, like middle of nowhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you like born in a bathtub or something?
Probably, dude. Yeah, probably. I mean, in a bathtub, in a hospital, not much bigger than
when
a
you came out.
bathtub.
Here's my question: when you came out and your mom held you for the first time, was it annoying when her dreadlocks would get in your mouth?
Almost as annoying as the
body odor,
the bottle dipped in meth.
I think we're talking about two different kind of people.
No,
my people would do acid, not meth.
No, so
her name's like Sunflower.
I actually came flying out of my mom,
right.
and I was my mom's first baby,
like aggressively.
So like it should have been slow and like. But you know, my mom's 5'3", my dad's like 6'4".
Your dad said, "Pull."
my dad's like 6'4", so I'm sure that thing was broken in before I came.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, your mom is pretty short, huh?
Yeah,
that's true.
So I came flying out. My dad said that the doctor like legit had to catch me.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wonder you didn't come out when she was just like walking to the mall or something.
Right.
Just like poop on the floor, just like head trauma.
I mean, more head trauma than I already.
Or
have.
you drop out, you kind of rappel out, you know, with the cord.
Just slowly coming out of the coot with the bungee, just like.
Not even slowly. You come down like a Navy SEAL, just like land on the ground, start walking next to her, like, where we going, Mom? Like.
Sounds like something that needs to be in a like Family Guy episode.
It really does, and
probably
honestly, any joke you think of like that, like we're doing right now, is already in a Family Guy episode. Like,
yeah, that's something Stewie would.
It's not really fair. Like, Relient K.
Yeah, Relient K. So, Relient K was the first like real one I can remember, and there were several other like big Christian artists there and stuff. But again, I was like so sheltered.
Was that one of those Christian festivals? Like Winterfest or something? Do you know that one?
It wasn't a festival, but it was like outdoor and a ton of churches sponsored it. So like they were able to put up the amount of money it had, it'd take to get those big, radio hit, Christian bands.
Because those churches got
Hawk Nelson and
I know them. They do. What do they do? Are they the one that is kind of like Stomp Clappy?
I can't remember.
No,
because all I cared about was Relient K.
Relient K was good though. They had like kind of a pop punk edge.
Yeah, they were pop punk, dude. Yeah, they were pop punk.
Them.
Yeah,
I liked them a lot. That one song, I don't remember it. But
do you remember Sadie Hawkins dance?
The song?
Yeah.
No, what's their big hit? That was one of them, but what's the big one I'm thinking of?
Well, so I go off my favorite album, which is probably not where their biggest hit came off of, but
my favorite album I think is the one with the
Anatomy of the Tongue in Check or something like that. We're about to internet this up, cuh.
We're about to get on a list looking up Relient K. Spelled that wrong. Discography. Spelled that wrong. All right, to be fair, I can spell these words. I just can't type them because I type fast. I type really fast, but really not accurate.
Like really fast, though.
Yeah. So fast, but so not accurate. But see, look, I Googled. Okay, I did spell Relient. I Googled Relient K discography. But here we are.
Yeah.
Was my favorite one.
Okay, yeah. Was good.
Was good, right?
Yeah.
You know what? When they named it that, they were hoping this moment would happen. Where they
and it's now happened.
One day, dude, two people are gonna be talking about their album. They're gonna have to be like, was good, but was actually really good. But I'm really partial to you know.
But yeah, the anatomy
of the
tongue in cheek or cheek or tongue in cheek. I can't remember exactly.
Oh, gotcha. They're from Canton, Ohio. Hey, it'd be cool if the internet would help us out.
Dude, fun story. I think Katy Perry dated one of them.
Okay, or all of them, probably. Yeah. Be My Escape. That's the one.
That's
the
remember
hit.
that
Yep,
one.
there it is. Top of the list. Also, Must Have Done Something Right was cool. Why is my mouse lagging? That's the guy, Matt Thiessen. Probably not Thiessen. That's for sure. What's your song here?
My song?
Oh, Sadie Hawkins Dance.
Sadie Hawkins Dance, dude.
Is it good? I mean, we're not going to listen to it, but
yeah, it's good.
Oh, nice.
It's all about like, and it's the most pop punky thing you ever heard about. Like,
I have
no luck with the Sadie Hawkins Dance until like the end. And it's
the
like
Sadie Hawkins Dance is when
chick.
the girl asks the guys, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
dude, I heard they're phasing them out because it's I had asked one of my.
I don't remember ever having one of those in like my entire time through high school.
Yeah, so
people would talk about it, but like I was like, I didn't know this was happening.
In fact, I flew back to Vegas after I'd moved out here to go to Sadie Hawkins dance with my best friend girl that I ended up dating long distance for a little while. Her name was Becca.
Her name was Thomas?
No, Rebecca.
The Tank Engine.
The Tank Engine. Yeah, Rebecca the Tank Engine. Yeah. You were close. That. You were close.
You had the second part really good, Ag. It was the Tank Engine. How'd you know?
Yeah, so she was really good with the whistle. But no, I'm just joking.
Which is about the armature you need for Driz. Let's see it. That's about all. That's about all you're getting.
Yeah, well, at least they have to open their mouth some for me.
Some. If you can convince them.
Yeah, that's the hard part. It's like, is that a wedding ring? Yeah. No.
Shut up. That's so aggressive. Okay, so first concerts. Relient K. What was your first non-Christian concert?
Van Halen.
Oh, really? You've seen Van Halen live?
Oh, yeah.
When was this? Have you seen him live more than once?
Okay. This was, no, I only saw him live.
Different World or whatever tour? What is that album called? The train that Wolfie was on?
Wolfie was on it. It was
that.
And it was the first time Roth had been back with them.
Yeah. That was.
It was in 2007.
I was about to say that was 2007.
And it was my 16th birthday. It was on my 16th birthday, and they came through Charlotte's, the Bobcats Arena, whatever it's called.
That's Spectrum Center. That was the first show of the tour, and Wolfie's first show with Van Halen.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember because he talks about that. He's always like, my first show with Van Halen was so and so day 2007. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, it was September 27th, my birthday.
Oh, true.
The day, yeah, dude, that was like one of the greatest days of my life.
That's crazy. What was I doing in 2007? I was a freshman in high school playing guitar. I knew of Van Halen, but wasn't listening to him or anything. Wouldn't have been on my radar to go to that.
Gotcha.
Guns N' Roses was still my thing at that time, probably.
Yeah.
Because at one point it was kind of that to the exclusion of all else. That didn't last very long, but that kind of got me like started, you know.
Well, that's how I was like kind of when I got into Van Halen. It was like that above all else, and I had their Best of Both Worlds album.
I love that album. I love Sammy Hagar, dude.
Dude, I love Hagar as well, dude.
People are like Roth or Hagar. I'm like, I don't know. I like Hagar, but like take them both. I don't care. Like,
yeah. So I like
on stage. They can trade off.
I like Hagar's range, but I love Roth's showmanship. Yeah. Right.
The problem is you can't see so much showmanship on an album, though. You know.
No. So you go by listening, and obviously, I love
prefer
both
Hagar if we're just talking albums. I haven't seen him live, so
I
know he does all the crazy
I prefer Hagar. Again, really just his range.
It's his tone too, though, man. He just has such a good voice.
Yeah, he does have a great voice.
For being such an interesting kind of eccentric guy that's just kind of like, whatever, man. Like, he has such a good voice. Like, for being so weird, like, with just like, let's just drink tequila and hang out, bro. And then he's just like, ah! Like,
I love the attitude that comes across with Roth. It almost like,
well, one of the greatest rock frontmans of all time.
Yeah.
Frontmans.
Frontmans.
I'm an idiot. I've asked a few people this. Can you do let's do top 3 or even 5 greatest rock and roll frontmen of all time? That's a tough one.
Oh, man. So,
I don't know order. I'll let you go first.
Well, I'd have to go Roth. Mick Jagger.
Oh, that's a good one.
And like I want to say Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler would be in there somewhere.
Like, but
there's a lot of good ones when you start thinking about, because like the king would probably have to be Robert Plant, right? Because he was like the blueprint for it.
Yeah.
Everyone else was just like
doing brain farting.
You know?
Well, he wouldn't make it there, but like I love everything about the Who. Like watching them live.
Oh God,
all their live stuff.
Robert Daltrey.
Yeah. So.
Roger or Robert? Roger Daltrey. Yes.
Roger.
Wow, we're idiots.
Yeah.
I'd put Axl Rose in there, Sebastian Bach. They came a little later.
Yeah.
Still ridiculous. Like when you think of like rock stars, there aren't too many of those. Bach might be the last one, like to come around, like true rock stars, like Trash.
Well, from an era, especially, yeah.
Although, Kurt Cobain would be one.
I didn't like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah,
I've
but
never
I mean,
liked Nirvana.
I'm not even talking frontman. I'm just talking rock stars now. I don't know who else. It's weird though, because like the traditional rock star is like not cool anymore.
Yeah.
Like, because we see that with Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mud. And like in the past, he would have been considered like a true rock star, like showing up late to gigs, high all the time, like cussing out the crowd, like leaving early, trashing everything, like with hookers all the time. And now people just look at it and it's like sad. Like,
well, I think
they just
also,
like look at him and they're like, this guy just can't get his shit
It
together.
didn't have social media.
Yeah,
Then too as well. So like you really get to know someone's personal life a lot more.
I think like people have, it seems weird to say this, but I think people have kind of gotten like nicer. Like they won't tolerate a certain level of meanness as much anymore, you know, or more tolerant maybe. I don't know. But because sometimes it doesn't seem that way. But I think overall, like we used to kind of glamorize like the badass rock star who's just like, you know, whatever. But like that doesn't seem to really work anymore. Like if you're like that, you pretty much just get canceled. Like, you know.
Yeah. People sniff you out.
By the industry too, not just people. Like now it's like all about being like a cool, nice guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to be someone, I guess, especially since so much rides on someone being personable. Like if the industry suffers if they can't make something work with someone, and I don't think anyone wants to see, you know, their investments pay, you know, and pay cuts due to personnel issues.
Yeah, personal issues too common in the music industry too. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's got to be tough in any creative profession. But are there any other like real creative professions? I guess maybe film, stage that are like collaborative, like what you do with a team. Like I'm thinking like, you know, you have art that's kind of solo.
dance crews.
Dance, sure. Like I guess a lot of them are collaborative now that I think about it. But I don't know. There's something about music and like being in a band. It's like not the same as an orchestra, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a band is like you're like a basketball team or something. And it's just
you are. Yeah. The team aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could even do solo, but even if you're solo, you have people with you usually.
Yeah, but they're hired, you know.
Yeah. A lot of times, if you're at a certain level, the band has like their own bus. Like they're not even with you in your bus, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I know that's what like John Mayer, like people that level, like they just have their own bus, and the band and crew have their own bus. So not everyone, but like, you know, you could just be the guy that's like, I want to hang on the bus with the guys. Like, but it's just not a lot of them are like that.
Yeah, right.
When you have that money, it's like, I'm gonna get my own space. I'll see you guys.
That's interesting
on stage.
to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First concert for me, I think I'd have to ask my mom because I went real young to concerts, which was cool. It probably was Tim McGraw. I probably fell asleep for sure. I fell asleep during that Rascal Flatts show. I laid down on the seat. We were like fifth row, dude. Everyone's standing up. I was like, I can't stand up anymore. I'm like, I don't know, 7. I just lay down on the, because it would have been like 2001 or something. I was born 92, so I guess that would make me 9 or something like that. I just laid down on like the 3 chairs in a row and then just like went to sleep, like just blasting with loud music, just like
that's wild.
Taking a nap, dude.
That's wild. No, so I've fallen asleep definitely in a loud place, but never a concert. It was in the movie theater.
A lot of people fall asleep in movie theaters, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know,
my friend Ashton falls asleep
maybe not
every
to,
movie
like,
we've ever gone to. He's fallen asleep every movie.
Maybe not to like Thor, the Avengers.
I'm so pumped to be watching a movie. Like we planned all week, and like I'm still looking at, oh, this movie's awesome. I look over, he's just. I'm like, damn it. I've fallen asleep.
Does he like smoke or like does he get like
no, I don't know. He's just like borderline narcoleptic, I think. Hey, you know what? He's not gonna hear this. This is VIP only, but he listens to the show, so I almost gave him a shout out, but I did not because he's not gonna hear this. So let's all make fun of him together, guys.
He fell asleep in the movie.
It's like not a big deal. Like he's just like, okay.
Yeah.
I fallen asleep on a ghost tour in Charleston.
A ghost tour?
Yeah, it was really boring. My mom didn't even blame me. She was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, so yeah.
Dude, I laid down on the asphalt in the middle of the road and just like fell asleep. I don't know, 5 minutes or whatever, but fell asleep.
Oh, dude. Okay, so and so crazy. Like all my young life was just Christian events and stuff.
Uh-huh.
There's this event called The Call, and they rented out the Tennessee Titans Stadium and like packed it out. And
that's
so
Memphis, where are the Titans?
Tennessee Titans, that's Nashville.
Nashville.
Yep.
Very cool.
So they're like right across the river from the main downtown city area. And so I was longboarding at the time, and I longboarded over. Everyone was walking. I mean, there's thousands of people. I think like 70, 80, 90,000 people. Jeez. And so, I mean, they have bands all day, a bunch of people crying, you know, getting saved, baptism, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff.
I'm out.
And so, like, I was just like, I was out the whole time, and it was a hot day, like southern heat, just humidity just destroying you.
Yeah.
And so I rode over to the gas station, got a slushie, came back. My head started hurting, and I laid down on like one of the very, very top rows at the top of the stadium and just passed out for like an hour and a half, dude.
Sunburned, dude.
Dude, oh man, no, because I went in I was in the shade like over.
Oh, that's a dream then.
Yeah,
that's a dream. Being in the shade is the best, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if you can tell by my essentially Latino complexion here, but the sun does not agree with me at all.
I get golden in the summer, even though I look like really white. I get like gold, like Mediterranean, kind of like just
nice
glow. Yeah,
yeah. I don't at all, dude. I get like lobster red and then straight back to fucking white.
That's the Silveira, the Portuguese.
True. That's right. That's nice. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I was gonna say, first like rock concert though. Ashton and I did go see Def Leppard and Journey, and they did that big tour. That was cool.
Okay.
And then I went back when I was in the Journey tribute band. I went back and did research on because I knew they had a bunch of different frontmen.
Yeah.
And I knew I didn't see Steve Perry, so I was like, well, who did I see? Was it Steve Algeri? Was it who was it ever? I actually saw that on the tour date that we saw. It was Jeff Scott Soto, who I like a lot as a vocalist. He was the singer for Journey for literally like 7 shows or something.
Oh wow!
We just caught him on one of those shows. That was crazy. And then I've seen Journey, I think again. Yeah, Ash and I actually saw him again. And Tower of Power played first, and then Steve Miller Band played, and then Journey played, and that was recently. That was with Arnell. That was like 2014.
Gotcha.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, I saw Journey.
I haven't seen a ton of shows in Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess I've seen a lot compared to some people, but not like I'm not like an avid like concert goer.
I've seen quite a few. One show I love is Brad Paisley puts on an amazing show.
Really,
I'll go to any.
When you say like blank puts on an amazing show, what does puts on an amazing show mean?
So it's the whole thing.
I hear people say that.
Okay, so one thing that like nerded out over was when I looked at his console and the fact that he brought out like an analog console with just like millions of dollars of rack gear, just
really,
and the sound was just so
he can do it, yeah, for sure,
so good, and it was the first time I also saw an opening act for him using an X32 at the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater. That's like 20,000 people in X32.
That's awesome.
Being used as
for those listening, we use an X32.
Yeah, right. So I was like, oh geez, like it really doesn't matter, and it sounded fine, sounded good,
and yeah.
But yeah, so everything was his comedy, what he's doing in between the songs.
What stood out? Do you remember?
So there was this one part where he had a DJ come out, and basically it was kind of like, oh, this DJ is gonna show up, this guitar guy, and so the DJ would play something, and then Brad Paisley, and they're all both on these massive pedestals on the opposite sides of the stage, and so the DJ played something, and did like cuts and stuff to classic rock songs, and Brad Paisley would answer, and it kept going back and forth, and then eventually Brad Paisley just stops doing it and goes into Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. And then the whole band comes back out and they just play the entire Hot for Teacher.
That's awesome.
And it was so cool. And he's hilarious. Not all his music's just like, normal country stuff. It's hilarious. Like songs written in the perspective of alcohol as opposed to like...
That's smart.
I want to check you for ticks. Fucking hilarious.
Dude, country music is... I've always loved the writing.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, untouchable in terms of, like, quality writing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Chris Stapleton songs, like, he's got one song about his dog dying that I can't listen to it. Like,
oh, shit.
I just can't listen to it, dude. Like, I saw the name of the song. It was, like, Marley or Maggie. I think it's called Maggie. And I was like, I just saw it, and I was like, oh, I know exactly what that's going to be. And I hit play, and as it started, I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going to be able to listen to this one time. And I'm never going to be able to listen to it again, dude. Just the way he says stuff, the way like he lays it all out there, it's just like, oh, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's too good. It's too powerful.
Oh, shoot.
He has a gift. It's too much power. Somebody take it away from him.
Well, yeah, you feel every word dripping off his tongue.
Oh, dude, it's rough, man. You got to listen to that song. Chris Stapleton, I think it's called Maggie. Yeah, it's not great. I've never even lost a
not
pet.
great.
Like I've never even lost a pet. Like I still can't listen to it.
Oh shit.
I've been getting into some country lately. I was gonna say, Bill Burr, a comedian, on his podcast, he told a funny story. He was doing some big charity event, right? Bunch of people, musicians, comedians, everybody. He's walking backstage, and Bill had just performed. Monster coming up.
Oh snap!
There it is. And he saw, as he's walking backstage, he sees someone walking towards him, all dressed up, looking good. And he's like, you're dressed to the nines, you performing or something? And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm performing a little bit. He's like, what do you do? Because Bill's a comedian. And he said it to the other guy there. I was like, I play a little guitar. He's like, oh, cool. Well, see you out there. And he's like, yeah, funny stuff. Walks by. Bill goes out later, sees him come on stage. It's Brad Paisley. He had no idea who he was. Like, he knew Brad Paisley, but didn't know what he looked like, just like past him. And I thought that was so funny that Brad was so humble and chill about it. He's like, I play a little guitar. Like, he clearly knew that Bill had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
Like, that Brad's way more famous than Bill. Like,
dude,
it's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
And he was just like so chill about it. Like, I play a little guitar when
that
you're
goes
Brad
back to
fucking Paisley.
to what you were saying. Like, he doesn't, he could have that rock star persona at this point, but he,
Who were we talking about with that?
Brad Paisley. Well, we were just saying, like, can't act like, your traditional rock star.
Oh, yeah,
anymore
yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, true. And that probably, honestly, and that's true. I think perhaps more so in country, it's important to be the real down to earth. Like, I'm a man of the people. I wear boots. I work at, the quarry. Like, you don't. You live in a mansion and you ride Mercedes-Benz everywhere. Like, you don't live that life. We all know that, but you pretend, and we like it when you pretend. Like,
Yeah.
Brad Paisley, what, $1 billion? Like, Jesus.
Oh, Lord knows. Yeah, he's got a lot. Dude,
Hundreds of
have
millions.
you ever listened to his album Play?
I have not listened to much of his music at all.
Okay.
No.
If you get a chance and some time, put on his album Play.
Yeah.
It's mostly instrumental.
Okay. Cool.
And it is
I know he's a great guitar player.
It's one of my favorite albums to this day. It's not like my favorite, but it's one of them. It's up there. And I can put it on and just listen to it. Like, if you're trying to get some shit done, put that on and just have it going in the background.
Really?
And it's amazing. He has a really cool song off it called Cliffs of Rock City, and it's like if a country artist wrote Cliffs of Dover.
Sounds right.
Right? So,
That's cool.
yeah. And it's really fucking cool.
Is he married to someone famous? I know Keith Urban is.
Yeah.
Who's he married to?
Dude, the chick from Father of the Bride. Do you remember the movies Father of the Bride 1 and Father of the Bride 2?
Yes, but no.
And I saw her recently, and I'm forgetting her name. She was in
Is it,
Christmas.
who's married to Nicole Kidman? Is that Keith Urban?
Yeah, that's Keith Urban.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And Brad Paisley, where's he from?
I want to say like maybe West Virginia.
Ooh, that's cool.
I forget. He's
There's not much out of West Virginia, that's for sure.
yeah. There's at least Brad Paisley. If he's from, I forget. I had read his bio once.
Keith Urban's Australian, I know that.
Yeah. So is Nicole Kidman.
Is she really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Pretty
She's
sure.
famous actress, I guess.
Famous actor.
Well, so actor is actually the correct form of, like, if you're talking about a group of, or you could actually use it correct for anything. Act like it's an actor, like that's the profession.
So like, okay, I gotcha.
If you want to get real specific, you would say actress, but
and multiples.
I didn't want to. Okay.
Multiples actri.
Actri, yeah, or actri, yes, with the I, yes,
Yeah.
like octopi. By the way, let's settle this once and for all. The plural of octopus is octopus. It's like fish or deer or moose or goose. Just kidding, geese. But
I'm gonna say it's probably octopi.
like, hey, look, there's 156 octopus. That's what you would say. So I just wanted to settle that right now.
So
on
the
bonus
multiple
episode.
of pussy is pussies.
Right? Yeah, puss eye. Yeah, look at all these puss eye.
Oh shit.
And my hat's all wonky, man.
Hey,
and it's backwards from what I think it is.
I just opened this awesome Spindrift here.
Oh yes, and before we started, I was gonna say that I had a special dare for you here, and that dare right now is to watch you chug the entire thing.
Oh fuck.
Ready? But you got to be on you though, not me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm on you because you're talking right now.
What am I timing you?
I don't know. Do you want to just like count?
I'll count.
Okay. This is
gonna be bad though. It's all right. So what is it?
This is Spindrift. It is a sparkling water, and it's got 6% juice in it, like legit juice, not from concentrate. It's got grapefruit. So this is grapefruit sparkling water.
Okay, I don't understand, but let's do it.
It's got 3 grams of sugar from the actual juice, but that's it.
Gross.
It really doesn't taste sweet. It tastes kind of more bitter, like grapefruit would.
I like grapefruit a lot.
Yeah. So here we go. Cutting to me.
All right, make sure you don't spit it on me or the mic or me.
Okay. All right.
Or the mic.
Sparkling water is hard to chug too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. All right, here we go.
Well, now I want to try that one.
This one, okay, so these Belvies are carbonated as fuck.
Really?
It's going to feel like fire going down.
Okay, I could probably do. It's cold too. Oh, I don't know if I can chug the whole can though, dude.
I'm going for the full deal, dude. I got to make this special for our $7
right. I'll do it
months.
too, I guess.
All right. Here we go.
You first though.
All right. Give me a count off.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I hate this. It'd be. You know what's funny? It's like we're a rock band. Like, it's driven down the beard. Was that hard? Your face, dude. Look right here. Oh my
I
gosh.
should be chugging beer, but you know.
I was gonna say, like, we're not chugging anything cool. We're chugging like fucking sparkling water.
Hey, this is really fucking cool. I don't know what you're talking, like the sparkling water challenge, bro.
All right. Fuck, dude. I never do this shit.
There's a trash can.
Here we
I
go.
just threw it on the floor.
Be a badass. All right, let me do this.
All right. 3. All right, yeah.
I already got a bunch of Monster in my system. I might throw up. I'll try to do it this way though.
If you throw up, there's a trash can. Hey, you know what? We're gonna just go ahead and bring this up here, anyways. There we go on my side, and there we go. All right.
I don't know how fast I'll be, but I'll try.
I mean, that was okay fast. I could have been faster. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I'm out.
Just kidding. Dude, I just laughed so hard I farted, dude.
Oh man, this is a ridiculous podcast. I gotta finish it though now. I'm ashamed that I didn't complete it, but we did. Dude.
Dude, you already drank a whole Monster, though, to be fair. You know.
No, this is like maybe to here.
Oh, well, like 10 fluid ounces.
My eyes are watering. Why are my eyes watering?
That was fun. I definitely think that made it worth it, you know.
Dude, I thought I felt myself like about to explode.
Right? Dude,
It's too much
like I
liquid.
said, those Belvies are carbonated as fuck. They lose their carbonation really fast. But what they got when you open that can, man,
That was pretty brutal.
another level.
All right, now that we're all hydrated, which apparently sparkling water does hydrate you equally
Yes.
as flat water,
Yeah, we
which I found surprising.
Yeah, we this was the discussion because remember, what was it, like 2 years ago? You were like,
We did a lot of research, yeah.
yeah.
Because I was really wondering. I was like, we were drinking a lot of sparkling water. I was like, there's no way this hydrates you the same amount. But apparently it does.
I mean, I drink a lot of it, so I
One,
hope
one
so.
to one with regular water.
Yeah.
What other
Science.
Welcome back to Science with the Boys. We should do that for real, like Steel Panther does. Have you what are some other memorable concerts?
I will say, okay, so I went down to Augusta, Georgia, and saw Keith Urban down there. Now, my wife, she's
Interesting.
she's a big country like artist fan, and if it's one that intrigues me or that I want to see, I will go. Otherwise, no. But Keith Urban, I've always heard he put on a good show, and he did. He put on an awesome show. Everything was great. And his guitarist that he had with him then, I forget the guy's name, but he could shred, man.
Guthrie Govan
Yeah, Guthrie just from the Aristocrats.
had to shed the old thing there.
All right. Yeah.
Now I have no LA Maybe logos on me. What's up with that?
Me neither.
I'm an
Me
idiot.
neither. Yeah, I'm not even selling my own band. But yeah, anyway, so I had a land shark there. Casey's dad bought me a land shark because he was there too. And
What is a land shark?
It was a beer.
Oh,
Land shark, yeah. But so here's what was so memorable. Great concert. he had some fan come up and it was hilarious, and she obviously had a crush on him. It was great.
Everyone does, yeah.
Yeah. So, but as we're leaving the arena, there was so much beer that had been spilled on the floor that you were literally walking through a puddle that thick on the entire arena floor.
That sucks. Why?
And I swear to God, the only black person I saw there was the drummer for the opening band.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was, yeah. It's like,
Where
it was
this?
like,
Augusta, you said.
Augusta, Georgia. Yeah.
Augusta's
so it makes
nice.
sense.
I've been to the Masters down there.
But yeah, man, it was a fun concert. It was cool. And that drummer for Jake Owen, man, freaking killed it.
Dude.
He was, but I mean, you get to that level and everyone does.
It.
Yeah.
That's true. I've seen Guns N' Roses twice. Once after they were reunited, and then once like when they were in 2012 when it was like Bumblefoot, DJ Ashba, and Richard Fortus. And I'm watching those three. And it was Halloween, so they were all dressed up. It was really cool.
Oh, so you've seen Bumblefoot live then?
Oh yeah. I've interviewed him for one of my old podcasts.
That's
He's a really
right.
nice guy. Yeah, he liked Alice, my cat.
Didn't he use Vigier guitars
Vigier.
or Vigier?
Yeah, it's a French
whatever.
company. Yeah. So the one he has, the double neck. One of the necks is a. Oh no, it's my explosion from like sweating in the gym so much. One of the necks is stainless steel, the fretless one. So he said the whole guitar literally weighs, I think he said 37 pounds.
Oh,
it's a heavy beast, dude.
Damn.
But yeah, he plays Vigier, I think pretty much exclusively. Maybe the best guitar player of all time. Like I've never seen anyone do what he does to the instrument. Like it's just ridiculous.
Wow.
And he's so out there musically. Like he was in that band with Mike Portnoy for a while, Sons of Apollo. And I've tried to find this Instagram post and I simply can't find it. But Portnoy posted somewhere a video of Bumblefoot. And it was Portnoy filming and the videos of Bumblefoot. And you just hear the video starts and you hear Portnoy be like, all right, what are you saying? Tell me again. And you realize it's Bumblefoot describing a drum riff to Portnoy and how to play it correctly. And Portnoy's just like, I don't understand. Like
yeah, for Portnoy
he's just so next level with like time signatures and stuff. He's like, it's simple. It's like 9, 2, 1, 3, like 23. Like and Portnoy's just like, what? He turns the camera around and goes like, this fucking guy. Like, and Bumblefoot's just laughing like all bashful. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to like come up with an idea, you know? But the fastest thing I've ever seen on guitar was from him for sure. It's this one. So it's them playing Paradise City. I think it was at like the Las Vegas residency they did. I think it's on like the Nice Pro Shot DVD. It was called maybe Appetite for Democracy or something like that. It's like a fun name. And it's the three of them. They had the three guitar players.
Yeah.
And what they do for Paradise City, it ends up being like 12, 13, 14 minutes long. Because when it comes time for the end solo, they don't just do it like the album. They just each take a solo and they just keep going around. Like, you know, however many times they want. And they go a few times. And then Bumblefoot goes on like, I don't know, the third round or something. And he just holds the guitar up and it's just sort of like I was just like, what? Like that's the fastest thing I've ever seen, dude. It was like a bumblebee buzzing. It was just like all 6 strings, like a full scale. Just like, all right, I don't know, like where to even start with that. Like, dude, it's ridiculous what that guy can do with a guitar.
Well, you know, when a gun
He's really good friends with Guthrie Govan. They're like really good friends.
So, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like when a Gatling gun shoots, it doesn't sound like a bunch of shots. It's just like,
yeah. This was like that. But it was funny because like you could tell the three of them were trying to drop the gauntlet a little bit.
Gotcha.
And you realized halfway through that Bumblefoot's just been toying with them the whole time. Like, it's when you realize you're fighting someone and you think you're winning, but you don't realize that they're just fucking with you.
Gotcha.
And then you realize real quick that like, oh, this guy's gonna kill me immediately when he wants to. Like,
man, so
I'm going 100%. He's going like 17%. Like,
so Richard Fortus,
also an incredible guitar player.
He's a really good guitar player.
So good. I would say Slash is probably, I won't say worst because he's done so much iconic stuff and is an incredible player. But if you're just talking technical proficiency on the instrument, he's probably bottom of like the guitar players that Guns have had as far as like technical skill and stuff.
Yeah, but he got style.
Well, in terms of like phrasing
and
and being able to write memorable stuff, like he's just for some reason just has that touch. He's just untouchable.
Yeah.
I listen to his son does like beats, just like hip hop beats. And I followed him on Instagram, and I watched one of his beat videos. And in the caption, he wrote like, you know, guitar solo by my pops, like thanks, whatever, just being goofy.
And we're talking about Slash's son, right?
Slash's son, Cash. Yeah, I guess he's maybe early teens now. and he's the youngest of Slash's 2 sons. The other one's in a band or whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. And I was like, oh, cool. Slash is doing a solo on his son's hip hop beat. Like, I'm interested in that. So I listened to the beat. It's a cool beat. And then the solo comes, and it's like the perfect solo. Like every note, not anything flashy, nothing crazy, but every note is like exactly what should be where it is. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. There's no way he spent more than 10 seconds on this. Like one take, like, here you go, son, have a good day. Like, you know, and you could tell it was just like, you know, guitar rig, like not a fully mic'd up thing, just like him messing around or whatever. It's just like, dude, it's unbelievable.
That's
like,
wild. Yeah.
It's just like the vibrato, the tone, everything was like, yeah, it's him. Like, it's crazy.
That's intense.
There's not that many guitar players with that level of like recognition just from audio.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say probably Van Halen.
Yeah.
I can always recognize Paul Gilbert, but that's because I know him really well. I don't know
David Gilmour, I could recognize David Gilmour in an instant.
That's true. I can always recognize Greg Howe. He's very, very easy to tell.
Brian May, also. Not
so much for me, but I've heard that. Slash,
Brian May, it's that tone, and there's so much. Like,
he's got some weird phrasing things that he does.
Yeah.
There's some guitar players that do, like I come from the school that I come from, which was like the blues, pentatonic, tritone, Slash side of things. And then I also, along the way, injected some of that healthy, like major scale speed that you get from Paul Gilbert. So my 2 guys are Slash and Paul Gilbert, and that pretty much comes through in my playing.
Yeah.
So, but there's then some guys I'll come across where I just don't click with what they're doing. I never would ever come naturally to my hands to do what they do. The guys like Tom Schultz, Brian May, like I like their playing, but it's like I'm never going to sound anywhere at all close to that. Like, it's just like Tom Schultz is weird, man. He just has like, he's always playing in major scales and he's using weird fingers and like weird notes. And you're just like, this doesn't make any sense to my brain. Like learning the solo from More Than a Feeling, easy solo. But it's just like, this, what? It doesn't make any sense. But then I'll play like the end of Paradise City, no problem. Because it's just like, and if I improvise the end of Paradise City, it would sound similar. Because that's my vibe. That's my style. You know, it just comes way more naturally to me than someone like Brian May or Tom Schultz or Steve Vai's another one where anything he does not come naturally to me. Although, to be fair, doesn't come naturally to any human being. So, like,
right.
The stuff that guy does is just like, okay, well, that's not like, what?
I'm convinced Steve Vai's an alien at this point.
I think he is too. His hands are definitely alien-like, dude. He's got big hands. His fingers are about that long, dude.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Look at his hand next time. He has
I know,
hands,
yeah.
Man.
Well, and his cheek structure. You just look at his cheek structure.
Yeah, he's an alien for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely an alien.
Also spends a lot of time talking about space. Watch him holding his guitar and just look how his hands just completely engulf the neck.
Yeah,
It's just like, dude, that guitar's a toy in his hands. Like,
and it's insane, like, when you think about how big his hands are, and like how a 59 like fat fucking Gibson neck would be no problem, and he still plays like an Ibanez, like skinny, like.
Yes, dude, I can't even play this. I had a couple S series for a while. Those were too thin.
Yeah.
And anyway, I had the pleasure of spending a week with Steve Vai at one of his camps or whatever. And that guy's a cool guy. Like, he's got like,
cool alien,
like a depth of music knowledge that like you don't understand until you're just with him for some time. Like he's just doing stuff like, all right, so you can improvise something on the guitar and sing it while you improvise it, right? That's really difficult. Right? George Benson did that a lot.
Yeah.
Steve Vai's talking about doing that, and he starts doing it. He's like, okay, well, now we'll do it, and I'll improvise singing a fifth above what I'm playing. Does that. Still making it up. And he's not playing pentatonic. He's playing, like, jazzy, weird stuff. Still perfectly singing every note 1/5 higher than he's playing it. And then he's like, let me try thirds. Does that. Let me try minor seconds. He does that. Like, dude, he's harmonizing a minor second above what he's playing. And this is all technical music stuff, but suffice to say, it's just unbelievable.
For those of you that understand, yeah.
It's like, it just doesn't make any sense how anyone would be able to just pull that out. Like, that's a pretty cool party trick.
Wow. I mean, that's wild. Like, because I'm obviously Dallas is a music teacher. I'm a music teacher. And to be able to do that is...
To be able to play and improvise anything and sing it is tough enough.
Yeah.
Let alone improvise something and sing a harmony to what you're playing. Sing a harmony to what you're playing at all, even when you rehearse it, is hard. And he was just improvising stuff, like just playing all over the neck, perfectly staying in with what he's doing. It's crazy. That stuck out to me. Other than that, I don't remember him ever doing anything like spectacularly fast or showy. It's like the stuff he does is all like, I won't say normal because it's not. It's really hard to explain Steve Vai, I think.
It's Steve, like, it's really Steve Vai. It's his vibe. Like, it's, again, it goes back to could you recognize this guitar player just by their playing?
Yeah.
Steve Vai's one of those. Yeah.
What about drummers?
Drummers. Shoot.
One I can always pick out is Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers. He plays on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I always know it's him.
Chickenfoot.
Chickenfoot. He's Glenn Hughes' drummer. He played on, what did I hear him on recently? I don't remember. But every time I hear it, I'm like, that's Chad Smith. And I would look it up after, and it always is.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that funny.
That was fucking
a really funny
hilarious.
thing. I'm glad they finally did that.
I always thought that.
I was saying that for years before. I was like, this guy, the second I saw him, I was like, it's Will Ferrell. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad they did that for
So
him.
glad they did
Dude,
that.
when they're dressed the same,
Yeah.
so funny.
Sitting behind the same kid. Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Questlove is Will Ferrell's, or wasn't it Questlove? Whoever it was Will Ferrell's drums.
Yeah. No, it was quite a treat. But yeah, drummers, man.
I could always tell Portnoy.
Yeah, Portnoy's really easy to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was listening blind and I had no idea drum theater, I could, but I knew drummers only. I could tell when Mangini would have come in.
Oh, that's true.
Because he sounds so much more robotic than Portnoy.
Right. He can also, Portnoy can also chill out, and then it's hard to tell it's him.
Yeah.
Like in Winery Dogs, like Regret. Like
Yeah.
you would never guess in a million years that was Mike Portnoy.
Nope.
But which is good. I like it. Or Billy Sheehan. Like he really tone. Everything's different about Billy Sheehan in that song.
Yes, definitely.
And the fact that they were able to just pull back and change and make that song as good as it is, because that's one of my favorite songs.
It's one of my favorite songs of all. Dude, it's such a good. Regret, the Winery Dogs. Check it out.
They talk about, it's the last track off their first album. They talk about, I think it was Portnoy or Sheehan, one of them was talking about how they were coming together at one of their studios. I think it was Portnoy Studios. And they were throwing out songs like, I have this idea. And they'd always be like, that's awesome. Let me do this. Let's do this. And they said, Richie played Regret. And they were like, we're not changing the thing. It's done. Like, it's perfect. And that's what's on the album. The exact same thing. Every word, every chord progression. Obviously, they played drums and bass, but they didn't touch it. They were just like, it's perfect. It's done. And, man, I love that song. That song's actually a lot like When I'm Gone. If you think about it, with the big choiry ending. Like,
for real.
It kind of follows that same kind of vibe. I'm just now realizing that now. I don't. That was definitely not conscious.
Yeah, that was 100%. Yeah, because when you say that, it's like, oh yeah, that kind of does fall in the vein a little bit.
Their choirs and harmonies, which is just the three of them at the end. I've always loved that.
Oh yeah,
I had to cover that song one time, and I spent a lot of time analyzing those harmonies at the end, and did my own version of it. I don't think I got it 100% right, but I got close enough. It was really cool. They're doing some weird stuff. Like it's changing. Sometimes they're just unison, and then they break off. Like it's weird. I don't know what they were thinking, but it really works.
Yeah. Oh man, that song is so good.
So that's Regret by the Winery Dogs. And that's how I talk now. Regret. Here's what's going on. I could do it. Does it sound like I don't know why I can do that, but that doesn't
PBR and smoke too much.
That doesn't hurt my voice at all. It's not even like it's just like and I'm coming, but it's like just pure chest. Like
mine does not translate.
How's it going over there? Is that Batman?
I'm struggling pretty bad.
I used to be able to do. I realized, by the way, that I've had this much energy drink, and I normally talk really fast.
Yeah.
So people are probably thinking I'm all fucking hopped up on Monster. Straight up, I can drink one of these, go straight to sleep. Like it doesn't affect me that way at all. I just like the taste. Just Red Bull, same way, dude. I'll literally drink one and be like, time for bed. Like
I just like the taste. And
I
it
don't
happens
get.
to look
I don't get a boost from them. Like, and then I'm sitting here like. But for real though, I don't really. I don't. Maybe mentally, I'm like, oh, I gotta do something. Like I want to have a Monster. It feels good, to like. I don't know. That's my own brain, like associating it though.
Yeah.
I need to stop. But
it's Monster. It's good stuff. It's addicting.
Until they endorse me, I'm stopping. You heard it here first, folks. This podcast, like all podcasts, brought to you by Monster Rehab Energy. Monster gives you wings.
Well, I'm just going to let everyone out there know that I'm not giving up on sparkling water. It is
just brought to you by sparkling water. No brand, no flavor, just sparkling water. This podcast is brought to you by water. Water. You need us to live.
I'm 70% of it.
Oh, that's so funny. Water. You already have 70% of us. That didn't make sense.
Oh, man. Oh, shoot.
Coming up with taglines for products is one of my favorite things.
Water. It's what's for dinner.
Apple. We're worth more than grease.
Say water. It's what's for dinner.
Water. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but it wouldn't have been funny. 3 is the magic number anyway. What was I saying before I went on the monster tangent?
You're talking about Steve Vai and...
Nah, it's after that. We were talking about Winery Dogs, harmonies.
Yeah, harmonies. You analyzed...
Not being sleepy.
The harmonies?
The voice. Hello.
Yeah, it just comes to... Yeah, your Batman voice just comes naturally.
I remember after the Batman, the Nolan trilogy came out, I remember being able to do his voice pretty well, but now I can't remember what his voice sounds like.
Sounds exactly like what you were doing.
That's a little more bassy, though, wouldn't you say? Hello.
Nope, that's pretty much it.
He has more like, I'm Batman. Like more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, maybe a touch more growl. That was a little bit more.
See, that was growling.
Yeah.
I brought that up my throat and immediately was like, can't do that. I just pull it from the chest.
That
is pretty good. That is pretty good.
That was really good,
right?
Okay, so you know how high my wife's voice is, right?
Yes.
It's hilarious. She loves that the Batman series, and so it's hilarious
the Nolan
when she
trilogy,
goes,
right?
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah. And it's hilarious when she says, "I am the Batman."
I am the Batman.
Yeah, it is.
What is he
so
saying?
good?
What's a line he says? Not I'm the Batman. He says like, where are the others? He says that at one point. See, that was more throaty though.
Yeah. And then his handler says, I'll do it.
What's the actor's name?
Michael Caine.
Michael.
Yeah.
I'll do it. That's a Chris D'Elia bit though. We can't take credit for that.
No, we can't.
But we can though. It's my bit. Thank you. I'll do it. I told you that always comes up in my life. It came up today in our meeting.
Came up, yeah, exactly.
Naturally, I just replied, I'll do it. And then as I said it, I was like, shit. I'll do it. I can't even do it good.
This is so good.
Oh, so funny, man. Yeah. I'm trying to still think of that Batman phrase, though. What is he says like a famous line.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah, he probably says
definitely says that. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Joker's up on top with the guns. I don't know. He doesn't say that probably, but it's close. You're just a joke. That'd be a good one. He should say that.
To the Joker?
Yeah. Just like he's just making terrible puns. Hey, buddy. I know you're I almost said Clark Kent. Bruce Wayne. Hey, buddy. You got something on your face? Got a little Schmidt on your face. Backhands him. You're just a joke. Joker's just looking at him like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, but see, I don't know why.
You gotta say, hey, Joker first, though.
Hey, Joker. Knock, knock.
Finish it.
Wait, you have to be the Joker.
Who's there?
I have no punchline here. I'm just kidding.
I have no punchline.
You're a joke. No one's there. You're the joke. There you go.
Oh, shit.
Man, we're idiots. I need to do my Batman voice more. I didn't know I could do it still.
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird, though, because
really
it sounds really brutal, but it's just chest and diaphragm. It's no throat. It's just passing air.
Well, I mean,
so, you
would be good at it because, I remember when you were trying to be the front man for
Whitechapel.
Well, no, not Whitechapel.
When's the Plague?
Not When's the Plague. No, the cover bands for all those.
Oh, yeah.
White Chappelle.
Blanco Chappelle. Chapel de Blanco. That would be really funny. Let's start a metal tribute where we play super heavy metal songs, but we just like acoustify them and like sing instead of... I'll fucking rip your guts out, you fucking stupid pig bitch. Like, it's always lyrics like
but
that.
It has to be more monotone because most of it's go.
Just one chord.
I'll fucking rip your...
Foz always says metal songs are in the key of open. Just whatever open is on the lowest string.
Hey, what's the key today? Open.
That's why they just changed their tuning,
Yeah.
We're in open today. Just use a capo. But on an 8 string, it's like, we'll just have a 7 string at that point. Like,
True.
capo 5 on the 8 string.
Oh, man.
You'd have to get a special capo for that.
It's like, what? 10 string? There's so many strings now. You can get 10 strings.
Oh, there's
right?
like 42. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you, though, so, like you come in after a long day and like you see the dishes are on the counter, you just have to be like, that's how you just do that voice that's how I was taught to make sure you just do the diaphragm. There it is. Like a gorilla.
It's too much for me.
What's up?
My voice is too fragile.
I'm gonna kill you. It sounds brutal.
That was pretty brutal.
Yeah. And then you hear my normal talking voice. It's like a polar opposite.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm Dallas. It's like, oh God.
But you say that when you meet someone. So it's like, hey, what's up? Hey, I'm Dallas.
I just thought doing radio for the first time. And in the studio, Dallas Dwight. Dallas, how's it going? Going pretty good, Bob. Oh, my name's not Bob, but thank you so much. Tell us about the new album. It's good.
Anything else?
You should buy it.
Where can we find it?
LAMaybe.com/Batman. This has been a good one.
It's I am the Batman. That's his phrase.
I am the Batman.
Is
that really how he says it? I don't know how he says it. So does he say that in the first one, Batman Returns, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I've only seen that one like 1.5 times. The Dark Knight I've seen 1,000,000 times. The Dark Knight Rises I've seen like 4 or 5. But the first one out of that trilogy,
mine's like the
I've not
opposite
seen.
of that order.
Really?
Yeah.
You've seen Returns the most? How have you not seen Dark Knight the most?
No, I've seen Dark Knight the most. Like
Okay.
the opposite of that order. Dark Knight would still.
So you haven't seen Rises so much.
Yeah.
Too burn. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You have to do the. How do you do it with a mic though? I can't do it. I fucking suck. All right, your turn. Do Bane.
I don't remember.
You just don't remember what he sounds like.
I don't remember what he sounds like.
He has this weird thing he does that I always thought was funny, where his voice will crack real high for like.
I'm Gotham Rocket.
Like it's
shit.
it always like cracks really high for like one note. Another thing, me and Daniel Kyer used to do this all the time. I might have showed you this before. It always makes me laugh. You sing a note, give it a little fluttery vibrato, and then just turn it into a sentence. Like talk. Be like, I don't know if that's gonna work. It's so funny, dude. Kyer came
It
up with
sounded
that.
like you were about to like go into like
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Like,
But pick a different note. Try it. See if you can do it. It's trickier than you think. I've done it for years, so I have a couple of
I'm gonna have to say no on
Yeah.
that.
The funnier you can like sell the note though. Ooh, I don't know if we're gonna be able to go later or if we go now. Then you just have to double talk some bullshit because I don't never know what to say. I'm too focused on the note.
I don't want to do that right now.
Ooh, I'm back, dude. No one would ever say that though. Falsetto doesn't work, I guess. Do you ever do double talk?
What?
Double talk. We used to, this again, Daniel Kyer and I, we used to watch this guy on YouTube. He's dead now. His name was Durwood Fincher, I think. He was known as Mr. Double Talk. And he would do like man on the street interviews. And double talk is when you say words, but you're not saying anything. So like, you have to just witness this guy. He's a master. But you would basically, like, I'm interviewing you, right? I come up to you on the street and I'm like, so we're out here today talking about the thing with the other one that we did last time. But now I know, I guess it really wasn't the way it was before. But if it was, would you say it is? And then the person's just like, yes. And he's like, I thought so. And he like walks away. And he's usually just like standing behind him, just like trying not to laugh. And dude, Kyer and I used to just practice double talk. And we got pretty good at it. But
Clearly, that was pretty darn good.
Dude, you just have to talk fast and say words and just don't worry about what they mean. And it's he has like, he says, I guess it really isn't. That's one of his like filler phrases. He says it all the time. It's like we throw that one in like, you know, if I was going back around to the town that we were at last time, I guess it really wasn't the way it was, but it is now. So I think it's time one of those things that we did last time. And if it was, would you say that it is, or would you say that backwards, you know, on the other way that we did it, would you say yes? I kind of fumbled in there, but you get the idea.
That was really good. I'm just sitting here in shock like.
So now we need to add that tool to our arsenals when we mess with goobers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have we talked about goobers on the podcast?
Well, let's talk about it. Let's introduce them.
Hopefully no goobers are, well, if you're a VIP subscriber, you're certainly not a goober.
Here, let's act it out. I'll be the goober, and you be the famous rock star.
All right,
okay?
I'm coming off stage as Dallas Dwight from the LA Maybe.
All right, I need a can.
I'm pouring sweat. All right. My goal right now is to put my guitar in its case, get my gear off the stage as fast as possible to make way for whoever's after us, if there is someone, and then to head to the merch table, because we want people who want to come talk to us to go there. All right. So I'm coming off stage with my guitar. Here I am. And here comes Goober McGoob.
Hey, dude. Hey, you were pretty darn good tonight, man.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, so my son plays guitar too.
Oh, yeah? Trying to put...
And what kind of strings should I put on his guitar?
Oh, man, I guess it's really just up to you, man. Any string will do. Yeah, thanks so much for coming out. Like, I really appreciate it.
Hey, you're a really good guitarist.
Oh, thanks so much, man.
You want to know who the best guitarist is?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of great guitar players out there, man. Like, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
No, but you want to know who the best one I ever heard was?
Who's that, my guy?
I can't remember at the moment, but I saw him live in this very room. By the way, can I get your autograph?
Dude, this conversation actually happened. You were standing there too, though.
Yeah, just like...
Oh, my favorite was he came up to us and you and I were sitting next to each other, and he was like, "Which one of you is better?" And without hesitation, you and I both go, "He is." No, we didn't even plan it. It just happened.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah, man.
Oh, so those are goobers, though. They're called goobers. Actually, we stole that from the 7 Year Witch guys. That's their phrase they gave us.
Yeah,
they call them goobers.
Yeah.
By the way, we loved, so we started calling them goobers.
We did a reaction video recently, so check it out.
Cyanide, yes.
Cyanide, yes. It's bitter, but liquor hides it well.
Talking all that, man. Starting to kill my voice.
Oh, man.
The throat, not the... That doesn't hurt.
I would have thought it was something else that got your throat, but yeah.
It was. It's coated. It's coated with bug spray. That's what we call semen now, bug spray. That's really funny.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Shouldn't have said that. But it's the bonus episode, so no one can see this but you,
yeah,
dear listener. I was going to say something about goobers. Oh, yeah. Try not to be a goober.
Yeah, please.
I remember. They call them goobers because they suck your energy. Like, you just left it all out on the stage. You don't have a lot left in the tank to begin with.
Yeah.
And they're coming up and it's a time and it's an energy suck of just like, it's the reason why, and you hear some famous people notoriously have things in their contract that say like no eye contact. Have you heard about this?
No.
Like the dude from Family Feud, the comedian.
Oh, Steve Harvey?
He was famous. He famously had a contract like do not talk to me when I'm walking through the hall, like that kind of stuff for people that and it sounds douchey, right? But then you think about being Steve Harvey, like trying to get to your job where you're focused and having to perform. And along the way, every single fucking person is stopping you and being like, oh, and you're like, oh, thanks so much. Thank you so much. Like at some point you're like, no, do not talk to me when I'm here doing my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ellen had similar things. She got in trouble. No, everyone.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, dude, it's plain and simple. Like people just don't understand. Like if you had their money, if you had their status, if you had their celebrity, if you had everything that they have, you'd react the same exact way 100%. You know what I mean?
I don't. I feel that way about goobers so far.
Right.
Not everybody else yet, but
yeah. But just like people are too quick to be like, oh, boo hoo, you have $100 million. It's like, nah, I've never subscribed to that. Like, dude, everybody has problems. Their problems are different, but they have problems.
In fact, more numerous as well, probably. So
you just think that like, oh, my problem is I can't afford rent this week. They don't have that problem. Therefore, they don't have any problems. It's like, no, dude, like you would, if it was switched, like you would really quickly see that like, oh, this isn't everything I thought it was. Like,
yeah.
You know?
But they do have the benefit of being able to go, okay, I'm done, and at least retire the rest of their lives.
Sure. But then you have taxes to deal with. You have hangers-ons.
Sure.
That's a big thing. Family members you didn't know you had coming out being like, hey, man, listen, I'm a little down and out. Well, you don't be a dick, dude. You have like dude, how many times do you think they deal with that on a daily basis, dude?
But you could sell everything and live insanely comfortable the rest of your life.
Sure.
In a modest household on some land.
They probably also have a lot of mental problems from dealing with fame at that level. Like no human was designed for that. Like,
yeah.
we were
well,
like
and
tribal creatures,
the younger, the younger you get exposed to that, the worse off it is generally.
Usually.
It sounds like so.
That's true.
Yeah.
There was a few people that really got out of that. Zooey Deschanel, she seems really well adjusted, and she was like acting and stuff professionally at like 16.
Dude, I saw her recently. It was The New Guy. It was in The New Guy. I was like, oh,
New
wait,
Girl?
No, The New Guy.
What's that?
Zoe Deschanel.
Is that the movie?
It's a movie about this kind of like nerdy kid who intentionally tries to get kicked out of his school. He gets training on how to be like a badass and goes to another school.
Oh,
And he was in a
cool.
band with her and some other
Oh yeah,
folks.
she's a great singer, dude.
Yeah.
Good actor too. Actress, nailed it. Bringing it full circle. Anything left to add on today's bonus episodes? These bonus episodes, by the way, before you say anything, they're just fun. We're just hanging out.
Yeah.
No agenda.
So
Yes, the long road guitar.
little bit of candy. Yeah, the long road. So for you bonus folks, we are currently
You said bonus. I think it's pronounced boner.
boner folks. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
fucking
So for
idiot.
you boners, bonerses.
That's what we call the bonus episode
Yeah.
listeners. You boners. Thanks for being here with us, you boners. They're like, unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. Yeah, we just lost all of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you boners.
Yeah.
But so for you boners out there, this is a Dan Electro 12 string.
Yep.
Picked this up at a
They have
pawn
the
shop.
lipstick pickups too.
Oh yeah, lipstick. Brings all the boys to the yard. I think that's what the lyrics are.
Something
My
like
lipstick
that.
brings all the something like that. There's a moth flying around.
I
in
saw
here.
it. It was nice. He had
I
a
was
little
just like
cameo in
making
your
sure
shot
it
there.
wasn't a wasp, but like
He had a beautiful cameo in your shot. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but
I hope
flew
so.
right through
I
behind
hope
you.
so. So yeah, this made it on to something that hopefully you guys will be hearing here pretty soon.
yes, a new song from us called "The Long Road."
Yeah, and so that was this guitar through the Marshall. Sounded amazing. Yeah.
Heavy. Also light guitar though, right?
Oh, very light. Yeah, and it's semi hollow. 12 string. It's got a really cool sound. If you can find any for a good price, they're definitely worth picking up.
Yep.
If you're a player, obviously. Or just a collector. They're cool.
I'm neither.
And a little extra table candy here. I've got the Hoof by Earthquaker Devices.
I've heard great
Real-
things about their pedals.
Yeah, this one is a really cool fuzz. It's an amazing fuzz. And it's very versatile because see this shift knob right here? It's for those of you who probably can't see too well, but it says shift on under this knob. And when you're turning this, it changes it from a silicon fuzz to a germanium fuzz.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two most common kinds.
Now, what does that mean? Because I don't even know.
That's the type of chip on the inside. And I forget the originals, or I want to say germanium. I can't remember.
Interesting.
But yeah, so it's really versatile and it sounds amazing. And I kind of like it in between. It gets a really cool. You can be very articulate with it as opposed to like just sloppy, muddy mush. You can be very articulate with it and still get that like fuzz thing going, which is why I love this pedal.
Lovely. Very nice. I have no candy except for my monster, which was the topic of much conversation.
Well,
tonight.
it's because I'm the candy man. I just bring the
That's
candy.
true.
You know,
That's true. You are the candy
You
man.
bring the solos.
Isn't the Candyman the horror movie with the guy with the bees?
I have no idea.
I think so.
I just know from Willy Wonka.
Pass.
Yeah. And Charlie.
Say pass on stuff that doesn't like. Hey, let me tell you a story. Pass.
Did you ever see Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
I've
Factory?
seen both of them, I believe. Hey,
There we go. I think I got just the last little bit of the moth in there.
That's Hank. He's a good guy.
Hank
kinda
the
keeps-
studio moth.
He's kind of the producer around here. Keeps it straight. Keeps everything clean.
Well, we got a special guest in studio today, Lizzo. I can't.
Oh, yep. Lizzo's somewhere around here somewhere. We
Yeah,
have a bunch
Lizzo.
of lizards in here actually. Anyway, that'll be all for today. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. I'm Dallas Dwight.
And I'm Drizzle Silvera.
Until next time.
Deuces. Yeah, I was worried that was a wasp that was going to sting the sack or something.